We begin with the latest escalating tensions between Israel and Iran. A short while ago, we had reports from Israel that a military operation had been conducted in western Tehran. This after residents of the city were told to evacuate. In comments earlier today, we had Benjamin Netanyahu, who said that Israel was on the path of achieving two of its objectives, that was eliminating the Iranian nuclear threat and the missile threat. Earlier on Monday, we also had Tehran, which fired a new barrage of missiles on Israel and vowed further retaliation for attacks since Friday, which have killed at least 220 people in Iran. For more, here's Benjamin Netanyahu speaking earlier.
The
Israeli Air Force is in control of the skies over Tehran. This is a milestone for the campaign. We are on the way to achieving both of our goals, preventing nuclear and missile threats. Now that we control the skies of Tehran, we are hurting the Iranian regime in their objectives. Unlike the criminal regime of Iran, which targets our citizens and comes to kill women and children, we say to the citizens of Tehran, evacuate, and we are on the path to victory.
Our correspondent Noga Tarnopolsky is standing by in Jerusalem. Noga, currently Israel is conducting an operation in Tehran. What do we know at this hour?
Well, we know that the Israeli military spokesperson tweeted a statement. I don't know how much of this can get to residents of Tehran, to be honest, but he made public an announcement asking residents of a big chunk of Tehran to evacuate immediately and announced imminent attacks. And then the Israeli Defense Minister, Israel Katz, who has gotten into trouble in recent days for, eruptions of inappropriate statements, he just said that Israel is about to eliminate the propaganda mouthpiece of the regime. So my interpretation of that is that Israel is going to be attacking communications infrastructure belonging to the government of the Islamic Republic of Iran, but I don't have that, in writing.
Noga, we have seen over the past few days after Israel carried out strikes in Iran's response on Israeli territory. Yes, we have the Iron Dome and what have you, but still it has caused disruptions to daily public life in Israel. People being forced to go to bomb shelters multiple times a day. What is the mood like in Israel, given that just you and I have spoken for weeks now about how the public mood was souring over the war in Gaza?
That's right, Delano. Well, I can tell you one success for Prime Minister Netanyahu is that the war with Iran is so intense that it has really completely eclipsed the war in Gaza, which of course is ongoing. But very few people are talking about it. Israelis are hearing more and more desperate sentiments from the families of hostages who are still in Gaza, about 55 of them alive and dead. And we're hearing less and less, there's less and less communication from Gazans themselves, Palestinian Gazans. But so far, 24 Israeli civilians have been killed in this war with Iran and counting. And these are all people who were killed basically at home in bed or in their bomb shelters, grandpas and grandmas. Yesterday, a 20-year-old law student and her mother and her 13-year-old sister. And this is having a huge impact on Israelis. I'm not sure that the government took into account that Israelis are so worn out by war and that this is just frightening for them.
Because, as I mentioned, Israel has very sophisticated technology. We talk about David Sling and the Iron Dome, and it manages to intercept a lot of these missiles and drones that Iran is responding with, but some things are getting through. And how do Israelis feel about that?
Israelis are deeply shaken, really deeply shaken. And Israel benefits not only from David Sling system and famously the Iron Dome system, but also from U.S. THAAD anti-missile systems. From a military point of view, this entire operation has been a great success, not only in terms of the military action in Iran, but also in Israel, because according to the Israeli military, 95% of the missiles launched at Israel have been successfully intercepted. But you still have 24 Israelis dead and counting. There's still someone missing from one of the hits last night. Just in one evening yesterday, Haifa, Petah Tikva, Bnei Brak, and Tel Aviv were all hit by missiles. And this is transforming life. I mean, Tel Aviv today was a city filled with shards of glass. People couldn't really walk around. Schools have been halted for the rest of the year. Israeli kids won't be back in school before September. No one is going to work. People are basically locked down at home, and they are very frightened because in this part of the war, both the Iron Dome and even the bomb shelters that Israelis have come to trust so deeply are proving to be imperfect, very good but imperfect. Two of the people killed last night in Petah Tikva were in their bomb shelter as instructed, but they were the victims of a direct hit of an Iranian missile with a heavy warload, and the bomb shelter couldn't protect them from that.
Noga, thank you very much for that. Noga Tarnopolsky reporting there for us from Jerusalem. And we are getting reports from the Wall Street Journal is reporting that Iran is seeking talks with the U.S. and Israel to end the hostilities. That's according to the Wall Street Journal. This is according to Arab intermediaries. So we'll bring you more updates on that story as we get it.